TLO, what's poppin'? We are on Twitch. We're not live, but you can leave a like, comment, subscribe, turn on your post notification bells. Let's continue to grow the family from Chicago to the UK. Right behind me, you see it. Warning screen. We will need it for this episode. I already started it. I'm 6 minutes in, but noticed I wasn't recording. I was streaming on accident. But now I'm doing the right thing. I'm recording. Shout out to all the people that was in the stream. I ain't even noticed, man. Anyway, y'all know the intro. Guarding the K. This is episode 4. I can't find episode 3.
Copyright disclaimer. Under Section 107 of the Copyright Act 1976, allowance is made for fair use for purposes such as criticism, comment, news reporting, teaching, scholarship, and research. Fair use is a use permitted by copyright statute that might otherwise be infringing. Non-profit, educational or personal use tips the balance in favor of fair use. No copyright infringement intended. All rights belong to their respective owners.
Yo, buddy, I'm gonna just watch this through.
It's nearly she'll have coming out. It's right. No thinking about it.
And then
I accidentally started watching this. I thought I was recording, but I was streaming on accident. So I've seen up to 6 minutes.
Yeah, this gets me going. Mental health in the K District, I don't know what it's like anywhere else, but in the K District anyway, you could go 3, 4, 5 mental health calls a day.
I know you think we're the enemies at the best of times, but when something like this happens, we're not. We are here to help you and wrestle with you the odd time. But today we're here to help, alright?
always want to be a guard. Always. I grew up in the country. When I got into the Guards, I was one of the older recruits. From a child, I suppose I just always wanted to be a guard. I had great interest in it. I went for it a long time ago. It didn't work out. And then I joined the Garda Reserve, where I was in Navan for 9 years. And then after that, I gave it one last chance and thankfully got them in 2016. Okay, up you get, pal. What were you doing tonight? So were you arguing with your wife?
No, I'm telling you the truth. He took all my money for my social work.
Who did?
My wife.
To feed the 5 children?
Yeah.
That's a good job, isn't it? In relation to mental health, the Garda station is the worst place. It's without a doubt. Like, we've gone to so many calls where there's people attempting suicide, going to jump off the roof of the house, you name it, and walking down the road with no clothes on. We've been to them.
Come on, put your hand behind your back like a good man. Come on, good lad. Come on, good lad, come on. That's it, good man, that's it, good man.
Oh, that's shocking, bro. Sweaty and naked, that's tough. Mental health is a real thing, though, man. If anybody's gone through anything, get help, call. What's the number? It's on here. Call 988, or you could chat.
Good man, come on. We're just trying to help you, so if you put your hands behind your back, we can help you.
Our hands are tied in the sense that when we go to a call and there's people crying out for help, we have a power. We have our Section 12 power there under the Mental Health Act to detain them, bring them back to the station. At that point, a doctor intervenes. And it's up to the doctor whether this person's going to be sectioned or let out the front door of the station to be on their way. And that's where we struggle.
I have mental health issues, right? And I'm fucking just not well. It's nice to talk to someone else.
So, when you arrest somebody under Section 12 Mental Health Act, you take them to the station, a doctor comes to assess them, and if they really got mental health issues, you let them go. And if they don't, you further arrest them for whatever charges. Where does the help come?
I'm still on level and I'm fucking sorry for that, right? I am not fucking well.
We're going to go to the hospital soon because you're bleeding the height.
The hospital is on notice and they're waiting for us to come in the side door, and the public guardian will have to
She's truly offended.
Have to be sedated. He's phenomenal strength, so he's not an overly big man, but at the same time he packs a serious punch. Through no harm himself, like he's suffering badly from mental health. It just shows look, it's not everyone, we hear of assaults against guards and stuff like that. That male probably doesn't realise what he's doing, so it's a tough one.
He's ready to lift, easy enough. So
We're going to do it in the work
Ready? Go.
I think this is almost where I left off at. Okay, so it is the episode that's glitchy like that. Okay. Like I said before, like I wouldn't want to be the first Garda in. I ain't trying to do that. Cause you never know, man. That the mental health, like it's a real thing, and it give you like extra strength when you're in a bad place.
Stand up, okay? And let go of your legs, okay? Okay, when you move, open your legs, okay? You go there, look on your knees. Stand up on your knees. On your knees, on your knees, on your knees.
Go back out, back out.
Okay. I'm not going to hurt you. Easy. Watch your head off the door.
So basically that male has mental health issues. Yeah. We've had interactions with that male before. The last time we had interaction with him, he actually seriously injured a member of the armed support unit. They pepper fed him twice, it didn't work. So that's why there was such a precaution in there. Problem.
I hope that don't go on for the whole episode though. This is where I left off last time. Cause I was trying to fix that stutter.
Right, fair enough, we're good with people, that's what our job is. But there's only so much you can do for people. Like, you know, I would be very reluctant to put a mental health prisoner into a cell.
Nothing wrong. Oh, God. Oh, God, I've done nothing wrong. Deep breath, okay? I've done nothing wrong. Doctor, I've done nothing wrong. Come on. Oh, God. Oh, God, I did it. No.
I'm Louise, okay? What's your name?
I wonder what's going on in their head. Like, anything can cause a mental break, though. But like, I wonder, like, let's say a regular person who's had no real mental health issues their whole life, and they have a mental break. I wonder what exactly happens in their head, like chemistry wise.
We're just gonna look after you, okay?
Don't call the doctor there. You know, it's like you fucking survive multiple heart attacks and strokes without any treatment. It's a metabolic disorder.
Okay.
It's a metabolic disorder. It causes my cholesterol to spike. And when you have multiple untreated strokes, your behaviour is affected by it. You might actually start behaving in ways that you might not have behaved in before.
Nah, she right. 100%. Even if they are treated, too many of them back to back is tough.
Just like the standard. Yeah, great. That's great. Just hang on to one. Hang on.
Relax now.
Hang on. It's all right. It's all right. Okay.
All right, just relax.
It's all right. I know. Yeah. Thanks for your help. Thanks for your help. No. Thanks for your help. I know I'm around. We'll put you back down on the chair.
Go straight down on the chair. All
I'm relaxed. I am relaxed. Done nothing wrong. I've done nothing wrong.
This is an enlightening episode.
A lot of the cases that we're going to are mental health cases. And again, a lot of people that end up in prisons are people suffering from mental health issues.
They really need help. You know, people that actually are gang members and criminals, you chose this, but people that be having mental health issues and breakdowns, gotta feel for them.
And I think that there's a need for more support around those people, not in the criminal justice end of things, but just in a health end. But our members are going out dealing with people that they know have mental health issues, who are maybe suicidal, who are self-harming, or a huge threat to their own family. And it's very difficult then, when you get back to the station with them, to find the resources. We try and access some resource for them, and that's often very difficult to do. And it's an area that does cause great difficulty. And a huge pressure on a young guard if they've taken somebody off a bridge and an hour later the person walks out of the police station because there's no services there to help them.
Wait, what? When you talk somebody off a bridge, it be like that could happen? They in the station, and then an hour later they can go because there's nothing caught. That don't even seem
units, Romeo Sierra 3-1 are dispatched to that as well there. I'll tell that to 201, can you post assist in there and that scene?
So there's a female trying to kill herself jumping into the canal, and she has become very aggressive with people that are trying to pull her out and help her. So there's numerous units on the way.
And what's your personal thoughts on going to them? Is it hard?
Is it hard? No, I've kind of learned to kind of desensitize myself to it at the moment. Now, some of them would hurt you more than others would, like you go to the sad cases, suicide and stuff, or when there's families kind of involved, it is hard to deal with a lot of the time, but you try not let it affect you most of the time.
That's gotta be Cat. That's Cat. I understand a killer saying murders don't affect them, but like a cop doing their regular old standard job, it gotta affect you. It gotta take a toll over time, at least.
What's up? Down here. You're okay. You're alright. You're alright. You're alright. Now, you're okay. It's fine. It's fine. Alright? We're here to help you, alright? You're alright. You're okay. Don't spit at me now, good woman. Alright?
Remember the crack we had that night, yeah? In the stage? Alright, you relaxed?
You're nice and relaxed now, aren't you? Good woman. Good woman.
She keeps saying good woman like it's a dog. Good dog, good dog. Good, like, stop saying good woman.
Will we sit you up? Yeah?
Yeah, good woman.
Alright, you sit up, good woman. Now, there we go.
Sit down, sit down.
Stop now, stop. Sit down.
Good woman, that's it.
Sit down, good woman.
Alright.
No, don't now, don't. Yeah, I have it. It's alright, it's okay. It's okay.
It's not me, it's not my internet, it's the episode is choppy, I don't know. Matter of fact, let me see. Yeah, this the only one.
You alright?
You be okay, alright?
Are they alright on you?
So basically we arrived down at scene and she was beside the canal, had made attempts to jump in, but she was stopped, thankfully. I suppose in them kind of situations you always have to remember that you don't want to be hurting them, but you don't want them to hurt themselves either, so you kind of just have to get them to a safe place by whatever means necessary, just to try and keep them safe, even for just a, like, you know, even for a couple of hours to get them back to a safe place.
So just standing by the canal, like, they're not like jumping off a high thing into the canal, just standing by it, possibly jumping into it. The canal, is that crazy over there? That canal that they're speaking of? Like it's unswimmable? Maybe she can't swim now.
Pull that down, are you freezing? Yeah. Alright. Listen, will you hop in the back of the patrol car?
Huh?
It's either a car or a van, so would you be more comfortable in the car?
Huh? Listen, you have to come with us. Alright. Huh?
It's happening moment here, so we want to be usually comfortable. It's a car.
We put you in the back of a car, you won't kick off, sure you won't?
It's freezing.
Alright. She'll be put through the books just to say that she's in custody in the Garda station, and a doctor will be called, and a doctor will carry out an examination on her, and if he deems her an immediate threat to herself or others, he can invoke the Mental Health Act, in which she is involuntarily admitted to basically a psychiatric ward. Usually it's in Blanchardstown Hospital that he'll admit her to, but...
Oh, so the doctor decides if they enact it, and if they do, then they gotta go to the mental health. I wonder how much that cost. Like per person, they say, "Oh yeah, no, he got to go." How much is that?
If he doesn't deem her an immediate threat to herself or others, he can send her off with a letter down to the hospital for her to go down voluntarily.
I mean, she was at the edge of the... That should be pretty dangerous.
The mental health system, I think, is really letting the country down at the moment. I just don't think there's enough resources there for an issue that's just so prevalent in society today. Like, I suppose it's mad.
The legislation open to us is Section 12 of the Mental Health Act 2001.
and that empowers us to detain somebody who we think is at risk of harming themselves or other people, bring them to a Garda station. We then contact a GP and they come and assess the person to see if it's appropriate that they are admitted involuntarily to a psychiatric unit.
We can't fight their case for them. These people are vulnerable. They're in probably the worst state they've ever found themselves in. How in the name of God do you put them sitting in front of a doctor to try fight their case at being...
I feel like it's like that's rock bottom though. Like if somebody's attempting a threat on their own selves, they've hit rock bottom. Anybody doing that should be admitted, right?
They need help.
In this day and age, we should be able to say, you need help, I am bringing you here. Cut out going to the station.
You can't see me. I'm going to edit this part out. My bad.
Cut out sitting in a room for an hour with a mental health prisoner waiting for a doctor to come. Cut out a doctor, you trying to explain to a doctor what you witnessed. Cut all that out. We know when a person needs help.
In 2009, a proposal was recommended for crisis intervention teams to combine police and health services with round-the-clock response capabilities to serve the country. Okay. How did that go? In 2018, the report has been accepted by all. Okay. 9 years later. So, what happened between those 9 years? Oh yeah, here y'all go. Very important. Dang, even the music is, you know what I'm saying? If you're out there suffering from mental health issues and you're watching this video and you're thinking or you thought of or you don't know, hey, I love you. Don't do it. We need you. Oh, my bad. I'm getting old.
All right.
In the comments, how many days have I had this shirt on? Leave a comment.
Okay, so a call came in, a young male in his 20s, sent a photograph to his GP of cuts on his wrist and cuts to his stomach, locked in his bathroom, and he's not answering his phone now. Tanya was trying to get through to him, so we're just been sent up to check on his welfare. I feel sick. Why do I feel sick? I don't have a good feeling about this.
If you don't want to go in, you don't have to go in.
No, I will, but I don't have a good feeling about it.
Yeah, this doesn't sound too promising. I kind of want to... Okay.
A significant amount of our time is responding to those mental health calls and also suicides. After 5 p.m, it's the blue light services that have to deal with these.
Oh yeah, you know, it's before we get in the guards and you open the door. Yeah, we get them to call that back now. Yeah.
She nervous.
There's a way to let us in there.
Gertie, open up.
Can you just come for that?
I'm not in the mood for someone coming at us with a knife now.
I mean, I guess they got to do what they got to do because of he has existing issues. He's unresponsive. It's a welfare check. The sludge hammer is tough though. They don't got the big red key out there.
Be careful, MJ, because he's...
So there's here, right? Here's right.
Oh, he had barricaded himself.
Hey! Open the door.
Open the door.
And put down the knife. Put down the knife. Okay, put down the knife.
Show me your hands.
Okay.
Show me your hands.
Get out here. Get out here. Get out here.
Stand out.
Right.
Good man. Good man.
Okay.
You're all right.
You're all right. You're all right. We're here to help. We're here to help you. All right. Come on out. Good man.
Come on.
Do you mind if I just have a quick check in your pockets?
Yeah, no, I'm just
Keep your hands out. Keep your hands out, all right? Have you anything sharp on you?
No.
No? I'm just going to give you a quick check, all right? Just want to see what he was using. He said there's a knife in here.
There is different forms of mental illness. I describe it like a glass. So if you have a glass of, just an empty glass, and you fill it up with a bit of water, you fill it up with a bit of water, you fill it up with a bit of water, soon enough it's going to overflow and you're not going to be able to deal with it.
I don't see any blades in here, so just be careful there's nothing stuffed in it.
I guess that is a good way to put it.
Shocks or anything.
In Ireland at the moment it's everywhere. You know, I don't think you could talk to a person in Ireland that hasn't been affected by suicide, either within their family or within their community or, you know, their friends.
It's only when you bring it home and you're sitting in the evenings with your cup of tea and you're thinking back on the day and you think, wow, like, I was at a suicide call, I did what I had to do, I had my Garda face on, you know, there's steps you need to take, there's procedure in place, but there's a...
Sometimes procedure don't hold it to... It won't hold you together.
Family being ripped apart, and that's something that we try to block, and we're very good at it. We block it out, we don't let it in, but I have been to my fair share of suicides. And I have kind of debriefed myself about them when I get home in the evenings. You need to do that in order to get up the next day, put your uniform on and go back.
Nah, y'all need to go talk to somebody too, to really make sure y'all okay.
Back in.
Roger, you can carry there. You can take it.
It's not nice to say, but you are somewhat immune. It's the emotion of the families from him.
You're not immune. Who you think y'all are? Y'all not immune. Y'all just putting it and locking it up in the back of y'all head somewhere, and then one day that cup you was talking about gonna get there, and all of it's gonna come to the forefront.
Circumstances like that really hit home, you know, when you're driving home in the car, or when you're lying in bed trying to sleep at 2 o'clock at night, you know, the emotion of that family that has gone through. And, you know, from our point of view, if what could we have done if we had been in that situation, or been there, if we had received a call of some description to go and try and help this person, you know.
One of the greatest responsibilities I have as the divisional officer in charge of the division is the welfare of the members. So we have over 700 guards in the division. We have over 320 in the K district alone. A lot of those are young members, some of them are older members.
Well, not mentioned anyone in particular. Yeah. Not pointing the finger, like, you know.
I wonder how many of them have suffered from mental health issues, because 1 in 4.
You know.
It's probably like a defensive mechanism that we all have, you know, a twisted sense of humour to a degree, but it's a coping mechanism for a lot of what you're dealing with.
When you're in the car with a colleague, you know, something could be weighing on your mind for weeks, months. You're after having this conversation with them that was eating at you for a while, and something they may have said to you is after going, I'm completely blown this out of proportion, and that comes from a general conversation that you're having with your colleague who you trust.
When they don't know you're going through something, even just by the banter and the laughter and that dark sense of humour that we have as a unit.
I'm not gonna lie, I'm not coming to work to get no type of therapy, but I know it does happen. I guess it does happen, but that's not getting to the bottom of it though. It's just an escape for the moment.
That gets you through, and you need...
You know, just like anybody watching these videos, you going through some stuff and you come watch me and I give you a little bit of laughter and things of that nature. It's just for that moment you escape. Go get some real help though. Because it needs to be, you know.
That.
Suicide's a tough, obviously. You don't have the sense of urgency, say, as when you go to some kind of a suspicious sudden death. It's harrowing, like, for the people that are left behind. It's tough. You know, people are inconsolable.
I feel like we're building up to going to an actual incident. Like we're taking steps in the show.
You know, we have to be the ones that break this bad news. You know, it might be the worst thing anyone's ever heard for you to tell them that their loved one has passed away.
The lads are outside there. The help is outside, but you need to find what block you're in.
999 received a phone call at Navan Road, Dublin 7, shortly after 9:25 a.m. this morning. The ASU are here. They'll take us through the first guards at scene, and DFB arrived at scene. Entry was forced by ourselves, who discovered a male in the apartment with a stab wound. There's a knife recovered. It's still there at the minute. The hospital staff have, I suppose, considered the knife injury. They're not happy with it. So what we have done is we've requested the assistance of our colleagues in the Technical Bureau, who are going to meet with us shortly at the scene. Anything else from around the room before we look at jobs or taskings in relation to it?
So what happened? Like, what was the
scant information we have at the moment would lead us to, think that this may be self-inflicted, but we'll keep an open mind. We'll gather the facts and we'll get all the information, and we'll put that together with the result of the pathologist's post-mortem report, and we'll
okay.
See where we're going. I think by 3 o'clock tomorrow
I don't want to repeat some of the stuff that they're saying, even though it's in this form of a documentary type.
Know a lot more.
And obviously, depending on the results, the PM will decide which way the investigation goes.
Can't park there. It's not a parking spot.
They said 12 inch. I don't know if that includes the handle or if it's just a 12-inch blade. Strange one. All the 999 calls or 112 calls go to one call centre, and then they divvy them out then to either the guards, the fire brigade. So obviously this time it went straight through to DFB to send an ambulance out. But if DFB ever get a call and there's any violence involved, they'll automatically ring the guards and let us know to meet them up there, basically to see what's going on, just in case that it is suspicious,
Ain't that? Oh, okay, never mind.
For this one.
This is illegal, allegedly, in Chicago. I mean, and I can't speak for nowhere else. Chicago, you can't have anything hanging from your rearview mirror. And that's what people, whenever the cops pull you over, you're like, why are you pulling me over? And they searching you, blah, 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 doing all that extra stuff. This is what they always blame it on.
The big thing is going to be the recording from the phone call to 999 and the post-mortem. So by tomorrow afternoon we'll have a better idea of what's going on or what went on.
Is it tomorrow? Detectives review the net. Okay. We gonna get to hear it?
So this is the audio recording from when the deceased called emergency services. He alludes to the fact that the injuries that resulted in his death, they were self-inflicted.
Find out. Can you get the exact address of the emergency, please?
Yeah, we're going to die.
What's the address of the emergency, sir?
Please, because we're going to die, I punched myself with the knife.
You cut yourself with the knife?
Please.
And is there any serious bleeding?
Yeah. Please,
yeah, I'll go and get your help. You can just stay with me for one moment, okay?
Yes.
So I'm organising to help you now. Stay in the line and I'll tell you exactly what to do next.
Firstly, I suppose.
That's wild. That's wild. I was watching, what was that? I was on TikTok. A guy was doing a street interview and the dude said he had passed away before and they brought him back. And so he said he's having a hard time with being alive because he was so at peace when he left. I was like, what? I wish I could find the story for you, like that thing. I wish I could find the clip.
Thanks a million to everyone for a lot of work's gone in over the last 24 hours, I suppose, on this one. Significant enough development this morning with post-mortem examination. There are no offensive, defensive, no attempt and no hesitation marks noted anywhere on the body. We have a recording from DFB which there's a number of self-disclosures, so I suppose we want to just make sure that that person is our deceased. We have to prove out his identification with the family. I think Siobhan's at that at the minute, isn't she?
Don't pull the knife out, okay? Leave the knife in your, okay?
Please, guys.
There's a house that's on the way. Is anybody else there in the house with you?
No. I die.
You're not going to, just stay with me and keep talking to me, okay?
I can't.
Try to breathe slowly in and out for me, okay? Take deep breaths. There's a lot of help coming to you,
It
okay?
looked like they was on the phone for a minute.
Is there a lot of blood? So keep talking to me.
They're
on the way to you, okay?
That's crazy. Yeah, that one video I was watching, he said, whatever was going on, you feel it, you feel the pain, and then you feel nothing. And then you just said, peace.
Stay with me, okay?
Please, I die.
So the help will be with you now shortly, okay? Just stay on the line with me, okay?
And this guy right now, I mean, I'm going to be frank right now. It sounds like he did it, like he was going through some stuff, and he thought this was the way out. But when he did it, and he was like, this ain't it. This ain't what I wanted. It sounds regretful.
The lads are outside there. The help is outside. Can you get to the door?
I don't know, please.
Hello?
And that's when the police break in. Dang, they just missed it.
Like in the beginning, he's fairly, like he can speak, like he doesn't seem to be struggling to speak, but then after that, like you can see him gradually getting worse. It's grim.
Very.
There's nothing worse for these families than not knowing, and if you can provide any information at all, that goes a long way towards giving them some kind of closure. Hi, how are you doing?
It's a sad episode, brother. I
We're
can't even, there's nothing even like.
from the Cabragada station.
Don't tell me something wrong.
Do you mind if we come inside?
Yeah. Don't forget, if anybody is going through it, please, I don't know if this number is for everybody, but call the police. Apache. That's crazy. I'm too old for that.
Go ahead, 204.
Control, just checking, is there an ambulance on the way to this call?
No, it came in from ourselves apparently, so it did. I'll ring an ambulance there. Now, apparently it says she self-harms and apparently has assaulted members there in the past.
Roger, yeah, we're aware of the address. You can stick us at scene there, we'll be there in 10 seconds.
Yeah, 204, an ambulance has been called apparently and they're en route there.
Roger, Control, we're just at scene here as well.
This is different.
Just open the door.
Mental health is a massive issue.
Well, hey.
Yeah, she's upstairs.
She alright?
I don't know, I don't care.
Okay.
I don't know, don't care is crazy.
People say to me, what do you fear most when you go to work? My biggest fear is somebody that's in a psychotic episode, mental health, because they are capable of doing anything.
Have you a knife or anything? Will you take that off? You would put that down, don't be stupid. Come on, put the knife down. Put it down. Put the knife down. Put it down.
You gotta remember, they ain't even thinking straight when they in that mental break. They really not even there.
Only get injured if you don't put the knife down, okay?
Put the knife down, alright? Put the knife down. Just put the knife down, will you? There's no one gonna hit you with it. Just put the knife down.
The level of calls involving self-harm and mental health calls, and the amount of people now that will present themselves out of hours to the guards that I want to kill myself, and you know, behind it all they'll explain to you, and they're very articulate, that they don't really want to kill themselves, but something makes them feel that they want to kill themselves.
Good woman. Right. I know. Come here, have you any other knives here? There's nothing else here, is there? No. Right, just stand up for me and come over here, will you?
Just spoke to Siobhan there, look at Siobhan.
Just come over here to me. I know, he's here, he's worried about you, okay?
You have to drop the knife when you're asked to do it, okay? It's too late. Look at your arm.
Not all, some of them have underlying drug issues. There could be historical sexual abuse behind it that has led to maybe alcohol or issues going on.
It could be a number of things, man. Nobody can pinpoint anything for anybody.
For maybe years of their life, and they're telling you that they're in and out with different mental health services.
So how long is this going on?
Too long.
How long is too long?
About 2 years I'm in and out of hospital.
Right. And are you taking your medication and everything?
Yeah. Listen, you can go because
Oh, sure, we can't leave you, you know.
I'm not going in the ambulance.
Okay. Well, look, they're here and everyone is here because they're worried about you. You know, and we can't leave because we're worried about you. And the only way we're going to go is if you go in the ambulance and get looked after.
No, I'm not going in the ambulance. I don't want to go.
Come here, we don't want anything bad to happen to you, and you don't want anything bad to happen to you. But if the ambulance goes now...
They're the hospital Tuesday, like,
right.
They discharge me all the time. I'm not going to the hospital.
It doesn't sound like you need to be in a hospital. You need to be in a psychiatric ward getting real help. And sometimes the psychiatric ward not even issuing real help. You need to just, I don't know, I don't even know.
You have
talk to somebody.
Go and get your arm checked out. If nothing else, you have to go.
It's grand. I need to go to a police station. You just say everything. I know what everyone is like. I know the way the system works now.
I mean, this must be very stressful for you all the time.
So the system be failing us in so many ways. Not just the judicial system, the mental health services and everything.
It is pretty stressful.
The government is...
Mum, have a seat there. Mum, sit down there and talk to me.
How do you help someone that won't help themselves, or there's nobody else there to help them? Like, it's not suitable for the guards to just arrive up and say, yeah, you need to do this, or we're going to bring you here and they're going to look after you. And then when they get back out, there's no support structure in place, there's no family in place, or there's no one there to help them, and they don't have the wherewithals to do it or the coping mechanisms to deal with it. And it's just, where do they go? Back into the system again, and it could be the following week that we're up. We see people that are arrested for mental health problems, and it could be maybe once a week they're arrested.
And do you hear the voices more when you get upset?
Yeah.
Okay. They don't want you to kill yourself.
Or I do.
I know.
She need meds.
We don't
She
think
need
right.
real medicine.
You know? And we think something might be the right thing to do at the time, and then we realise after.
Because I'll be in the hospital tomorrow and the doctor will come along and discharge me and say I don't need to be here. That's what she...
Nah, she need an eval. She need an evaluation so she can get proper meds.
Keeps on doing the last few weeks.
There's one lady, we went to her one night, she was threatening self-harm with the knife. She is constantly in and out.
I've been in that house. Her mother is also at her wit's end because she just doesn't know what to do.
My mom just doesn't get me.
Ma's tired, I think.
She might not know what to do, you know?
Yeah.
She could be frustrated and, you know?
She knows you're not well, so...
Like everybody, I'm sure, just wants to help you.
Tell me to grow up that like a 1-year-old child. It's not my fault.
I know, but she probably doesn't understand, and she's probably...
Telling you that older generation to tell you stuff like that. I don't know what's wrong with her. I don't care. Grow up. Yo, ain't nothing wrong with you. You being dramatic. You're the drama queen. Well, no, it's not your fault. I'm here to tell you, brother or sister, it's not your fault.
You're kind of at the end of her road that she doesn't know what to do.
She can't help you, but she can't, you know.
She was cutting her arms with a knife. Unfortunately, we had to take action and stop that.
It's just not improving for her. And I don't know how you fix it, I don't know what you do with it, but it just, from the outside looking in, and I'm sure it could be like somebody looking in and us saying the guards aren't doing enough about something else.
You understand what's happening, okay? The lads are going to bring you to the guard station and we'll get a doctor, okay? And he'll look at your arm and the lads will explain what's happened here tonight and that you don't want to live, that you want to kill yourself, okay? So explain that to the doctor. okay?
But definitely in her case, from
Got
the
her out.
outside looking in, it looks like there's not enough being done for her.
Well, she got her to the hospital yesterday, but look, that's for him to stand over. You know, she's told us repeatedly. You've told us repeatedly that if we leave you alone, you're going to kill yourself, isn't that right? Yeah. Okay, so just make sure you explain that to the doctor, okay? Can you do that for me? Yeah. Okay, go on, all right. Mind yourself, all right? Yeah. Okay.
Oh, man, people keep giving you time and time again. They tell you.
All right. Thanks.
Bro need to go with her and tell the doctor.
All right.
There's people who say the health system in general is broken. There's not enough funding for it. We know they're linking in with mental health services. It's very difficult for us dealing with it. A lot of times now you'll see an armed response unit has to go to that address.
The guards do the best they can. They, I suppose, rely on their humanity, their common sense, to build a rapport with the person and try and talk them down. We would always review the incidents and we would send it to our employee welfare service, who would then contact the members who have been involved to see how are they doing. If they require further assistance, there is a counselling service that is provided by the
I love to hear them talk about it, but I want to hear some people talk about it who've actually been through all of the steps that he's talking about. And if it was hard, if it was easy, did it help? Did they actually put their best foot forward when they was giving out the treatments?
Organisation, so that option is there and members have availed of it.
We are human. We do have feelings. We do our best to turn off our emotions when we attend scenes, but ultimately you'd be a liar to say that some things don't affect you.
We're not invincible, not robots. We all have family and friends. We all have come from somewhere.
We only buried a colleague less than a month ago from suicide.
We're going to a funeral in Kilberry in Meath. Basically, it's a colleague of ours called Carol Gibney, and sadly, in the early hours of Sunday going into Monday morning, she was found dead in her home. She had taken her own life. We have been talking to the family as regards do they want a ceremonial aspect to the funeral, and through our liaison officer, that's Sergeant Nave Guckian, the family have asked for that. Just because somebody wears a uniform doesn't mean they're more robust than anybody else. It affects all walks of life, all strata of society. So clearly that just shows that it doesn't matter what you do as a profession, you're as at risk of mental health issues as anybody else.
We have come together today.
Does she still get pension and insurance and paid out? Because, you know, some insurance and life insurance and pension and whatever you get through work, even if it's not through work, sometimes they won't pay out if this is a scenario.
Remember the relatively short
That's
life
unfortunate, right? I know.
of Carol. Carol was a people person, which drew her to her chosen career with An Garda Síochána. She took great pride in the uniform and considered her colleagues as her second family. She was very sociable and had a wicked sense of humour, which was an asset to her at times. Carol joined An Garda Síochána in 2008 and had 11 years service. She had a natural affinity with people and huge empathy for the vulnerable people she met. She joined An Garda Síochána because she had a very genuine need to help others, but she struggled to ask for help herself. The qualities that she possessed of one able to maintain a tough exterior despite having a very soft heart are invaluable in this profession. Carol didn't suffer too badly and was able to hold her own.
May God bless and keep you always. May I wish you.
You know, the Bible says you're not, I don't know the exact passage or whatever, but you're not going to heaven if you commit suicide. I wonder if it's an exception to if you're going through heavy mental health issues and you're not really being ill. I wonder, that's a good question to ask.
So true. May you always do for others and let others do May you build a ladder to the stars, climb on every road, may you stay.
That's tragic.
Forever young.
No offense to the Gibbons family. I was just reflecting on religion and religious beliefs and things of that nature. I'm just curious.
Forever young.
There has to be some like small print, right?
May your hands always be busy. May your feet always be swift. May you build a strong foundation when the winds of change shift.
Again?
We're police officers, we're doing the best for people, but it's not ideal. I mean, if things were right, there would be 24-hour multidisciplinary teams that could deploy to these situations. In the last 12 months, we've had multiple attempted suicides and sadly suicides in the district. Two in particular that come to mind involve people jumping off bridges.
We were heading back to the station. I think we were just finishing up work. It was about 7 o'clock. And we were on the M50 and said, geez, we better go to that call. Turned the car around, went, and this man was different. He showed a frantic level of emotion that I hadn't seen before with someone that was in a position that they were attempting suicide. He was unable to engage with it. We were trying to talk to him as per our training, which is it's sensitive and it's brilliant for the circumstances we've been in, but this was just different. This isn't, can't train for this kind of level of emotion. So we're trying to talk.
He said this is different, you can't train for this level of emotion.
10 or 15 minutes. The traffic stopped and he said to us, give my man my keys. And it's a thing and a country back there. If someone is attempting to commit suicide or want to commit suicide, do not in any way accept any forms of what demands they want or what you want them to do, because it gives himself a relief to say, yeah, my mum will have my keys, I'm good to go now. So he threw the keys, was like, I'm not giving your mum the keys, no way are we giving her the keys. So kind of kept him for a couple of seconds. So at this stage he was up on a 7-foot barrier at the other side of the railing, and I remember I took a step back and Garda Blackwell and Garda Coleman stepped up and grabbed him by the, I think just literally by the scruff of the neck as they were, and jumped onto the barrier and were holding him. It was just a quick risk assessment of what was happening and the danger this man was in. So he was literally over the other
So this dude a real hero.
side, as good as hanging off. The guys were holding on to him. I don't know what guard was there, but I asked him to to give me a boost up so I could climb up over and pull him over. I remember just roaring at the guard. I was like, do not let me go, do not let me go. Climbed up onto the barrier and grabbed the male by the chocks, because it was the only way you could grab him. I don't know where the strength came from, but it was a case of the two lads were holding him and the whole body weight up and back over the bridge. And when we were up, it was a case of we were up 7 foot off the ground, because that's the height of the barrier. And we went over, we all fell backwards onto the road, and
oh, he looked like he knocked the wind out of himself.
We ended up having to go to hospital first. Thankfully, there was no major injuries, but Garda Coleman had a cut to his head, and I had a bruise to my back that I just had to get an X-ray on.
They fell back about 6 foot and this person fell on top of them. One guard was knocked unconscious. He had to have 7 stitches to his head. The other guard had bruising. This person was arrested for their own safety, brought to the local station, assessed by a GP. Guards are in these situations where they're putting their own lives at risk, and
I ain't gonna lie, if I did that, I'd be off work for 4-5 months, paid. I want a medal That's not what I do it for, but I still want one.
A couple of hours later, the person is then released again, so the risk of the person committing further self-harm is of a concern.
What? So I just did all that just...
At about 7 p.m. on the 26th of September last year, Garda Sergeant Gavin Coleman and Garda MJ Carroll responded to a call that a man was standing on the parapet of the M50 bridge over the strawberry beds in Dublin. Garda Darren Blackwell and Garda Jason Walsh joined them shortly afterwards. The man then made...
I was delighted I could have been in that situation for that person. I'd love to be able to help people in that regard every day of the week. And I know getting a bravery award, it is really, really honouring and fantastic.
Yeah, see, I would... That's not what I do the job for, but hey, it's nice being recognized.
For my family, but any one of the 13,000 guards in the country, definitely, and without reservation, definitely would have put themselves in that situation, because it's just the nature of the guards.
Having a chat.
What did he say to you?
Afterwards, he was... So we were lying on the ground. They told us not to move, wait for the ambulance. So when the ambulance came over to us, he was sitting down and he was after being detained under the Mental Health Act, and he was literally just crying and saying, I'm sorry. It's bad, but I haven't been able to track him down since. He literally only has that instance with the guards. Haven't been able to track.
How y'all can't track him? Y'all got the police database.
And his family, anything like that, to just have a word and a chat with them. But I'm sure down the line I will be able to get in touch with him, and hopefully that it did trigger something within him that, you know, this was my luck that day, and I wasn't meant to die, and you know, there is better things to look forward to in life.
Oh, they reached out to him to check on his welfare? Where 7 days a week? Oh, okay. This the hotline number again. It's a hard watch, but it's an important watch.